Good afternoon. It's Sunday the 23rd of November, and as you can imagine, with the run up to Christmas literally just being in a few weeks' time, people are thinking about shopping. So today I've come to the Bicester Village, which is an outlet mall in Oxfordshire. It's about an hour and a half from central London, and I'm often asked, is it worthwhile coming here? People often say to me, you know what, Howie, if you're coming down here into London, what about going up to this Bicester place I've heard about? Is it really worth it? Well, I've been here quite a few times, and it's probably the biggest outlet mall in the UK. It was certainly the first outlet mall in the UK, so it's been going quite a while, and they keep expanding it and having more stores here, and just about everybody who's anybody on the well-known brand side, Ralph Lauren, Versace, etc., are here. So from the point of view of, is it worth having a look? Definitely yes. Is it worth coming here for the bargains? Yes and no, because the reason I say that is that I was told that a lot of the stuff that's in the stores is not actually normally available in their regular stores. It's purposely made with their labels, especially for the outlet malls. So it's slightly different from what you would normally get. My apologies, I just wondered what all the noise was. So yes, it is worth it. Beware, they're not giving the stuff away. As I've said before, in the other outlet malls in America, stuff is not as cheap as it used to be, and this mall is not as big as what you would expect in the US. So if you do come, please keep that in mind. It's about an hour and a half from central London. It costs nothing to come in. There's free parking here. It's very, very busy today. So I thought, you know what, I'm coming down here anyway. Why not let you have a look and see what you think? So I'm going to turn the camera. You can have a look what it's like, and we'll talk as we go along. So as you can see, this is the entrance. You can see the car park is pretty crowded by anybody's standards. In fact, they do have a bus service if you want to park further out, and you can bus yourself in here. But overall, I managed to get a parking place, but it was quite a lot of effort, and it took me about 15 minutes to maybe find somewhere. So there's all shops on the front. There's restaurants inside as well, so if you want to come here, you can easily spend the day, have a meal, and then we'll go inside. There's a number of entrances. This is just one I've picked to come into, and you can have a look about everything that there is to have a look at. You can see some of the stores, they make you queue. This is Lululemon, and there's so many people trying to get in to try and make it a bit more enjoyable from the shopping angle. They make you queue so that the shops are never too overcrowded. But I don't know if you could see, they're not huge, the shops. They're not like in the US. I mean, right in front of me is Gucci, and that is quite a big store. But you can see in this store they're queuing again to go in. And this one, which is Dior, where you can see the queue's gone right round the block. The stores are not huge, as I've said. Look, you've got the handbags and stuff, and there's plenty of people standing in the queue, obviously thinking it's worth going in. So this is like the main drag, where all the shops are. They're on the right and obviously on the left, as you can see. Some are even in the middle. You've got Charlotte Tilbury, Aquazzura. Some of these stores you may not have heard of, simply because they're normally only available in Europe. So if you're coming from the US, you may see stuff that you wouldn't normally see in America. So that would obviously be of interest. There's loads of discounted product here. However, as I said, it's not necessarily the regular product. This is the cafeteria, but you can get a bite to eat. There's Armani, Pandora. Again, they're queuing to go in there. There's Burberry. Famous designer Alexander McQueen. As I said, it's very busy, but again, it is a week before Christmas, so you would expect it. So, I think you're getting the general idea of what you can expect here. Sorry about the bushes. The thing with this place is it is very popular. It's one of the few shopping outlet malls that everybody knows of. As I say, it's been going longer than most of the others, but I think, as I said, it's the oldest in the UK. So keep that in mind, because everybody knows it, everybody wants to come here. Is it worthwhile? Well, you can see from all the people, there's many that would say it is. Look, it speaks for itself. There's loads and loads of people here. It's absolutely jammed. I would say if you do come, allow quite a few hours. This is not a quick fix. I mean, just to show you, the stores are not huge. I mean, this is the Versace store. You can see it's not very big. It's just, it's quite small. If this was in the US, I'm sure it would be much larger. They don't like the being filmed. I'm not quite sure why, because they spend all the time on TV advertising the place. It seems a bit odd they don't want it publicised on social media, but there you go. Well, as I say, you can see it's very, very busy. Lots of well-known stores. There's Stella McCartney over there, Bruno Cinelli, Todd's. There's one store here called Benefit there from San Francisco. Well, the entrance I came into was about halfway, so there was more stores in the other direction as well as the stores in this way. So there's about the same again going back in the other direction. So don't be put off by if you think it's small, because it isn't. It's quite large. I'm not sure what they're queuing for here. Oh, this is called Humble Crumble. So if you like crumble, like a fruit crumble, this is where you come to get it. And you collect it there, but it's very busy. Lots of people eating it, so it can't be terrible. Nice, is it? Good? No, well, you can't get better. Somebody's just recommended it. There's Prada. Again, huge queue. Vivienne Westwood over there. If you want to leave at any point, there's lots of exits. There's one here, as you can see, so you can go straight out. Canada Goose, so if you want to get a nice winter jacket, you get one in there. I'm not sure how cheap they are. I'm going to be popping in shortly. I know there's a Ralph Lauren store here, and I want to pop in and have a look. So if they'll let me film in there, I'll take you in with me. And as you know, I've been into the one quite recently in Florida, so maybe this will give an idea of how they compare price-wise. Well, until I go in, I won't really know. So let's call it a halt for the minute, and when I get down to the store, I'll take you in with me. You can have a look. Okay, well, I've got as far as Ralph Lauren. I'll show it to you. There we go. There's the Ralph Lauren store, which is right in front. And I'm going to go in there to have a look. Be interested to see there how the prices compare to what they did in the US. So we'll go in and we'll find out. Well, it's very busy, I can tell you that. Instantly I can see how busy it is. Well, the store is a similar size, fun enough, to the ones in the US, which is a surprise, and it's nice to see they're quite large, which is good, which means you're going to get plenty of things to look at. discounts and say 10%. 10%. Mind you, it is Black Friday this week, so you may get additional discounts than what you would normally get. As you can see, another 10%. Most of them have got an extra 20% off just for today. So have a look and we'll see where we go. Well, there's the men's trousers. Right, well, regarding the pricing, the trousers that I was looking at, I did buy some in the US not long ago, and I think they came to they were about $80 or $85. Well, these are the trousers, and you can see the pricing on them, which is, if I can get it to come up, oh, there you go, there's the price. So it's showing at about £122, but there is a discount on that because I've got a voucher that I got sent of for about 20% off. A quick update then on what happened. I got my trousers. They came to £91. They were originally marked at £122, but I was sent earlier in the week a 20% discount on top of what I could get in there, and that was handy. And the staff were really helpful because, to be honest, I couldn't find the discount. It took me a while, but we found it in the end. Was the shop good? Was the shop bad? Well, the trousers were priced at about £160 and I got them for under £100, so I would say that's pretty good. The only thing I must say is that I based the sizing on what I bought in the US, and they do strange sizing. My trousers were like 35, 32, but they don't do 35 here in the UK. It's all even numbers. So it's 34, 36, etc. So there is no such thing as 35. So I ended up getting a 36, 32 to kind of match it up. Wasn't really a problem, but it did take a while. So if you are coming and you know your size, keep that in mind. The UK sizes are not the same as in the US. So you may have to measure yourself or change things just to make sure you get what you want. So that was my only purchase. I had a nice time here, as I am sort of working at the same time. Obviously I'm doing the vlog, but I'm also taking some people around, and they've gone off on their own to do their own shopping. Going back to whether this is worthwhile or not, well, I just saved myself nearly £70 on the trousers, so obviously that definitely made it worthwhile. When I was in the US, I tried to buy them and couldn't get them there. So I suppose if you can't get something and you want them, whatever the cost is, that's what you'll pay. All in all, though, the people I'm with are still having a wander around. We've been here already 2 hours, and they're going to now get something to eat. There's still loads and loads of people here. I can show you, look, it's still crowded with people. Loads and loads. It's very, very busy, and it's the same in both directions. So it doesn't make any odds whether you go one way or the other. It's very, very busy. I'm going to keep looking, but you can see the stores are not as large as in America, as I've already said. However, the Ralph Lauren one was fine. This is Balmain. I would say if you come, make a day of it. I think that's your best bet. I think that's probably the best thing. The people I'm with, we are only going to be here for maybe 2.5, 3 hours. But I think to get the best out of this place, you need to spend the whole day. Loads and loads of stores. I'm sure you'll come away with something decent. And of course, it doesn't cost anything to come here other than your fuel to physically drive here, or if you need a car. By the way, if you do need a car, from London to here, one way will probably set you back £200 to £300. If you get, in fact, I looked it up on Uber, and I think it was even dearer than that. So you may, there is, I believe you can get the train up here or take a coach trip. There are plenty of special coach journeys you can take. The only snag, of course, is if you buy a lot, you're going to have to somehow get all your goods back with you. If you want to get a car and you feel like you need a chauffeur car, by all means contact me and I can help you with that. Until the next review, that's about it from me. I hope you've enjoyed this. I hope it's helped you get some idea of what Bicester Village is like. It's very hard to describe a place if you've never been, but if you go to the US and go to those outlet malls, then obviously you'll have some idea. But this is much more compact. It's all outdoors with little things, running off of it like little shops off of the main, and that I think would be the way to look at it. As I say, you need a day to do this. Don't try doing it in a couple of hours, because if it's going to cost you that much to get here, you want to make the most of it. Anyway, until the next time, that's about it from me for now, and I look forward to seeing you in the next one. Oh, before I go, don't forget to subscribe. It doesn't cost anything. Just hit the button. Subscription is free, and it just means that you'll get updates whenever I post anything. And if you liked the video or found it useful, please give it a thumbs up, because it does help the channel. Anyway, until the next time, it's bye from me. Oh, have a nice Christmas.